Today we'll see about the parallel realization. Last class we have done how to do the cascade realization, correct? And here for the parallel realization, again the complicated system will be divided into it as a subsystem, and all the subsystem we have to add to get the output y of n. So that's why we are going for here it is a partial fraction expansion method. We'll see how to do the problem. Obtain the parallel realization for the system given by h of z equal to 1 plus z to the power of minus 1 into 1 plus 2 into z to the power of minus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into z to the power of minus 1, 1 minus 1 by 4 into z to the power of minus 1 into 1 plus 1 by 8 into z to the power of minus 1. So for to make the calculation easy, I am taking z inverse as a, I am taking some variable that is a v here. So if your z inverse it is replaced by v, so we'll get this equation, and here we are having the three roots, so we'll get a divided by 1 plus 0.5 into v plus b divided by 1 minus 0.25 into v plus c divided by 1 plus 0.125 into v. So you know how to calculate the constants a, b, c. So here getting a value as a 2.667 and b value as a 10 and c value as a minus 11.67. So your h of z will be equal to a value as a 2.667 divided by 1 plus 0.5 into z inverse, and b value as a 10 divided by 1 minus 0.25 into z to the power of minus 1, and c value it is minus 11.67 divided by 1 plus 0.125 into z to the power of minus 1. So here we can take this as a one subsystem, and this one we can take it as another subsystem, and this we can take it as another subsystem. So here we are having a three subsystem here, that is h1 of z plus h2 of z plus h3 of z. So here each subsystem will be realized by a direct form 2, and the whole system can be realized by a parallel realization, but the subsystem, if you are taking h1 of z, this will be realized in a direct form 2, and h2 of z also realized by direct form 2, and h3 of z also realized by direct form 2. So we'll see how to draw this h1 of z, and here we can see the numerator we are getting it as a 2.667, and denominator term we are having the highest order is it is a 1. So we have to use a 1 shifting operator here, and in the denominator term always you have to do the sign change, because it is h of z is we can write output divided by input, correct? So the output term, if you are cross multiplying, will get output, that is y of z plus 0.5 into z inverse into y of z. So the output term always we have to do the sign change in direct form 2, in direct form 1 also, but here we are realizing by direct form 2 only. So here we have to take minus 0.5, so that is adding here, that is 0.5 into z to the power of minus 1. So it is a positive, so you are taking this a negative, that is minus 0.5 into z to the power of minus 1, that is adding here. And in the numerator term we are having the constant, so that is 2.667. And the second term if you are taking, it is 10 divided by 1 minus 0.25 into z to the power of minus 1. In the numerator the constant is there, in the denominator it is a highest order is 1. So we have to use a 1 shifting operator, and this output term we have to draw in the left hand side, so with sign change, so we have to take plus 0.25. So we have to multiply it with 0.25, that is we are adding here. And in the numerator term we are having only the constant, so it is multiplied with 10. So similarly in the third term it is minus 11.67 divided by 1 plus 0.125 into z to the power of minus 1. So again here in the denominator term we are having the highest order is 1. So we are using only one shifting operator, it is z to the power of minus 1, that is multiplied with the constant, it is 0.125. So we have to take a negative value, that is minus 0.125. So now we have to add with the term, and in the numerator term we are having minus 11.67, so you are multiplying with minus 11.67. So for the parallel realization we have to add all the subsystem, that will gives your output y of n. Similarly here the input of the first subsystem, input of the second subsystem, or input of the third subsystem, everything we have to join together, because it will be excited by only one input. So here we have taken it as a x of n. So this is the way we can realize the parallel realization. We'll see the second problem where h of z equal to 1 plus 1 by 4 into z to the power of minus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into z to the power of minus 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2 into z to the power of minus 1 plus 1 by 4 into z to the power of minus 2. So here we can take z inverse will be replaced by some variable, it is a v. So if we are substituting, we'll get this equation. So in this equation again this second term, if we are factorizing, we'll get the same roots. So we can write it as a divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into v. Because of the same root, we can write it as b plus c divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into v plus 1 by 4 into v square. So we can find out the constant, what is a, what is b, and what is c. So a value we are getting, it is a 1 by 2, and b and c I can find out by equating the coefficients. That is, in both the sides, if I am equating, that is 1 plus 1 by 4 into v will be equal to this. If I am cross multiplying the denominator term, both the side it will get cancelled, correct? So we'll get this equation, and if you are equating, we'll get what is a constant, c, and b value will get it. So c value we are getting it as a 1 by 2, and b value we are getting it as a minus 1 by 4. So we can substitute in this equation a value as it is a 1 by 2, and b value as it is a 1 minus 1 by 4, and c value as a 1 by 2. So we are getting this equation. So in this v will be replaced by z to the power of minus 1. So here we are having this is your first subsystem and this is your second subsystem. So if you are adding this h1 of z plus h2 of z, will get your h of z. So now this subsystem, it will be realized by direct form 2, and this subsystem also it will be realized by direct form 2. So first, if you are taking this h1 of z, that is half divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 into z to the power of minus 1. So in the numerator term we are having the constant, the denominator term we are having the highest order is 1. So we have to use a 1 shifting operator here. So that is multiplied with the constant, it is 1 by 2. So in the denominator term you have to do the sign change. So here we are taking minus 1 by 2, it is adding here, and in the numerator term only constant is there, so it is multiplied with, it is 1 by 2. And if you are taking this second subsystem, so here minus 1 by 4 into z to the power of minus 1 plus 1 by 2 divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 is z to the power of minus 1 plus 1 by 4 into z to the power of minus 2. So in the numerator we are having highest order is 1, the denominator highest order is 2, correct? So we have to put a 2 shifting operator here, and here this is multiplied with 1 by 4. In the denominator term you have to do the sign change, so it is minus 1 by 4, and again it is adding with half into z to the power of minus 1. So here it is z to the power of minus 1, it is multiplied with, it is minus 1 by 2. So we are adding here. Similarly here in the numerator term we are having minus 1 by 4 into z to the power of minus 1. So here already z to the power of minus 1 is there, this we have to draw on the right hand side. So it is multiplied with the constant, it is a minus 1 by 4, and again here we are having 1 by 2, so we are multiplying with 1 by 2. So next what we have to do, this output and this output we have to join here, that will get your output y of n, and here this input and this input we have to excited by only one input, so we are connecting with, it is a x of n. So this is your parallel realization.